What's she up to now? Day 2002. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Today we're talking about criticism, judgment, and putting someone under the microscope, or in my case, under the magnifying glass. Because pretty much everything in my life goes under the magnifying glass. Why? Can't see very well these days, and so I use tools that help me to do what I want to do. And I wish I had a microscope. A microscope would come in kind of handy, but I have like a big blow up. I can't remember what the name of it is. A machine that blows things up. I put things on my big screen TVs. I use my magnifying glass, whatever I can do to keep doing what I want to do and consuming what I want to consume in order to become a better version of myself. So today created 2 pieces of content. For Supersize Your Business, we talked about the idiom putting something or someone under a microscope. And it's one of those idioms, like so many it seems lately, that don't have an exact origin. You can't decide or discern where they actually really started, because they're like slang. It's a word that catches on, and we're not sure why it catches on, but people start using it and repeating it, and then pretty soon it becomes commonplace and ends up in the dictionary, like ain't. Still can't understand why ain't is in the dictionary. So to put someone under a microscope, or to put something under a microscope, is to examine it carefully. So we talked about what things in our business do we want to be looking at in detail, paying attention to, learning from, and I shared some of my experiences with that. Our annual challenge today, day 199 for the Get Your Goals annual challenge. We're working on relationship goals this month, and we're talking about today criticism and judgments and the impact that they have on our relationships, and then ways to deal with those so that they don't have a negative impact on a relationship. And of course, we're doing a little self-evaluation. We're saying, okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being I don't do this at all, 10 being yeah, I criticize and judge in my relationships every day. Where do we fall on that spectrum? And then if we're like a place we don't want to be, maybe you're at a 5 and you're like, oh, I'm like everybody else, I'm okay with that, then just leave it alone. But if you find out that you're like an 8, a 9, or a 10 and you're judging and criticizing all the time, guess what? Do some self-reflection, because chances are if you're judging and criticizing other people all the time, you're probably doing that in your own self-talking and doing that in and toward yourself, which is always destructive, right? If we were positively self-talking, that's one thing, but judgment and criticism infers and means that we're doing it in a negative way, and so we don't want to do that. We want to do positive things that build us up, because the better we are, the better we feel about ourselves, the more we bring to our relationships, and the better our relationships will be. Tuesday here, busy week. Seems like every week in the summer is a busy week. But if I can help you in any way, ask. Otherwise, have a fantastic day, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow.